Russia invaded Ukraine. Ukraine did not invade Russia. Ukraine held Kursk in order to divert the Russian invasion of Ukraine. But anyhow, so here are the things and the inconsistencies and straight up lies that emerged in the New York Times article. One, it says that Russian civilians were terrified of Ukrainian soldiers and they were hiding in their basement for the entirety of the duration of the Ukrainian occupation of Kursk region. First of all, that was months. They could not have been sitting in their basements for months. Secondly, there are many documentaries, including a documentary piece by Kaylin Robertson, who was a guest on this channel many times, that illustrates exactly what life was like in Kursk region. People were not afraid to come up to Ukrainian soldiers. They came up to them themselves. They asked them for water. They asked them for food. There were lines forming for supplies that Ukrainian soldiers delivered to Kursk region. Actually, when they were asked when Russian civilians were asked what they're afraid of, they said their own army. They were all talking about how Putin and Russia abandoned them once Ukraine came in because their soldiers literally just fled. That's what happened. They actually fled. They didn't even try to defend these civilians. Anyways, Ukrainian soldiers provided humanitarian help. There is a documentary about Kursk region where you can see that Ukrainian soldiers quite literally brought gifts to a little girl's birthday party, and they followed up with the same family over months and months and months. And these families were not like, they were not coerced into saying anything. They were not coerced into acting any certain way. It was very evident that these were the same people over the course of multiple months, and that they formed friendships with these Ukrainian soldiers. These Ukrainian soldiers helped them many, many, many times. They brought humanitarian aid. They actually went and cleared some fields from mines. They actually went and helped out restore things. They were doing things that Russian people said they have never had done in their villages to begin with. They didn't have a supply of water because it was a godforsaken village in Kursk region. So a Ukrainian military brought in a generator that powered the whole village, and they started getting water. They've organized schools and other places where Russian civilians could actually live in peace without being afraid of being bombed by Russia. So all of the destruction in Kursk region is very well documented in all of these documentaries as being Russian bomber jets flying over the region and quite literally destroying everything. And it's also very well documented on Russian propaganda TV. They were literally saying that they would destroy Kursk region and would destroy Suja and would destroy all of these places because they need to smoke out Ukrainian soldiers out of there.